GigaBoots Review. Rogue Legacy is a roguelike time vampire that tastes so damn good. This drip feed of life-consuming goodness centers around a bloodline that relentlessly storms a shape-shifting castle. So you storm into the castle, wreck it, kill stuff, and inevitably die to some bullshit. After you die, you get to choose your heir from 3 randomly generated candidates. Not only does it randomly select their class, but also their traits, which can be either characteristics or outright disorders like irritable bowel syndrome. This game deserves double Game of the Year status because I got to storm a castle as a giant gay paladin multiple times and it was fabulous. Unfortunately for you though, the castle changes every time you enter. It's not only the design of the castle that's random, but enemy arrangement and quantity are also random, which sometimes yields hilarious results like wolves running headlong into spike walls. On a related note, wolves and headless horses have amazing AI. The random nature of the castle helps the game stay fresh, but it can also be frustrating. Sometimes you'll walk into a room with an enemy right there brushing nips with you, being like, "What's up, bro? You need pass? Too bad." Every time you die, your heir gets to spend their predecessor's gold on upgrades, equipment, and runes. Upgrades are done through your mana, which grows and expands as you buy more. These include buffing up your stats, upgrading your classes with class abilities, and unlocking whole new classes like motherfucking dragon. The equipment and runes have to be found in the castle before you can buy them, meaning that your progression through those systems is sporadic and non-linear. I found myself getting terrible equipment constantly, but Bob got one of the best swords in the game in the second area. Fuck that guy. After shopping, you have to talk to Karen to enter the castle. Thought you'd save up and get somewhere in life? Too bad. Karen takes all of your unspent money every time you enter the castle, so use it or lose it, pal. As you upgrade your character, you'll notice this level counter going up. That level plays into the algorithm that generates the castle, so as you get stronger, the castle gets harder and harder. It will continue to pour more and more enemies onto you to compensate for you hitting the gym. Luckily, the bosses don't get any stronger, and they're the actual point of Rogue Legacy. You're entering this castle time and time again to become stronger so you can beat these 4 bosses. For each boss you kill, another symbol lights up on the door, and man, don't you want to know what's behind it? I mean, you gotta walk past it every time you go in. Are you the least bit curious what's behind this door? It could be anything. It could even be an upside down castle. Spoilers, it's not. This dude just suffers from vertigo. The gameplay loop of traveling further and further into the castle to upgrade more and more feels pretty great. It's nice having the enemies pour on as my character becomes strong enough to deal with them, but there are a couple parts of this feedback loop that just don't feel that good. When you upgrade anything at the manor, every upgrade becomes more expensive. This escalation could cause new players to open up a ton of options without heavily upgrading core stats, leaving them with a lot of variety in warriors, but no strong ones. The level will go up, and the castle will raffle stomp them 3 ways to Thursday. Another point that doesn't feel great is the ability-specific room design. Because the character in the castle are randomly generated, 9 times out of 10 there will be challenge rooms that your character just isn't suited for. A paladin could easily get through this room with a shield, but every other class is screwed. Except for the dragon. Fuck yeah, dragon! Actually, fuck no, dragon. Dragons are woefully underpowered for being such an awesome class. That's bummer number 3. Dragons aren't cool enough.
Dear Salvador Games, why do dragons suck in Rogue Legacy? They're a secret class and also dragons. I hope you make dragons more awesome in your next game. Sincerely, Dan from GigaBoots. P.S. To inspire you to make more awesome dragons, I've included a picture of my awesome D&D character, Rahab. He's a paladin and a dragonborn. Since certain classes jive so strongly with specific stats, opening up new classes via the manor is actually a bit of a bad idea. I say that as someone who prefers the paladin, so I'm a bit biased. Either way, the mages and spell thieves don't use real magic as much as they use sub-weapons, and that's a little disappointing. It would have been nice to have an electric spell or an ice spell instead of knives and axes. Oh well, I'll just keep playing the paladin and complain every time any of the 9 other classes show up. This game controls pretty well. It's a bit floatier than what you expect from most Metroidvanias, which are clearly what inspired it, but it still feels fairly responsive. One problem I have though is this animation right here. Look at this animation. Isn't that great? He's just so excited to go off to battle. The problem is that he leans back when he starts running, so in instances where you're trying to grab gold that's right next to a spike wall and then you walk away, you get hit because you just lean back into the spikes. Rogue Legacy is greatly enhanced by having the dash rune, which is why it's unlocked by default. It's like the game's just saying, hey, a lot of stuff I'm gonna put you through is total fucking bullshit, so how about you just buy this, okay? It's cheap, just freaking buy it. Something I really like about Rogue Legacy is the plot. It's in these books scattered throughout the castle. The best part about it is how you can walk right past it and not give a shit.
The port of Rogue Legacy to the PlayStation platforms is solid. Only at the highest level of difficulty does it have any trouble running, and even then it just skips a few frames occasionally. The cross-save functionality is automated and seamless. The PS3 version has serious problems letting you quit the game and will oftentimes just turn off the system. The PS4 version, on the other hand, has issues when booting and occasionally shuts off the system as well. Most of the time, these problems don't occur, and they don't harm your system, so it's okay. The soundtrack is rather good with some pretty catchy stuff. It's a good thing too, because maxing out a character can take 25 hours, and you want some decent music going while you're running the main part of the castle for the 100th time. Rogue Legacy is too addictive. Every run ends with the sole thought of just one more time. It keeps looping over and over through dozens of descendants until you beat the game, and then it has the audacity to roll the credits and immediately ask, "Hey, wanna play New Game Plus?" To which you respond, "Fucking, yeah?" It took me 25 hours to completely max out my character, and that was on my second time running through the game. There's even a trophy in the PlayStation versions of the game called Thanatophobia, which tasks you to run through the entire game with only 15 warriors. I've lost so much of my life to this game. Rogue Legacy is fun. Its random nature can be off-putting at times, but because life's so short in this game, and in real life, frustration is washed away by a clean slate of a new character and castle. The cheap deaths can be incredibly frustrating though, so taking the game super seriously is not recommended. You should just relax and let the countless lives and hours slip away as you mindlessly march into the castle time and time again. The music is pretty good, the gameplay feels relatively solid, and the randomness can be janky at times, but generally keeps things fresh. The game would definitely be more enjoyable if it was better designed, but that's the cost of randomly generated gameplay. Rogue Legacy has consumed countless hours of my life and I'm morally bankrupt, so now I'm going to suggest you do the same. Hell, with the Vita, there's no reason to ever stop. No reason at all.
Dan, you have to stop playing Rogue Legacy.
No! I don't have to! It's on the Vita! There's no reason to stop!
Dan, you know the PS5 is out, right?
Is Rogue Legacy on it?
No.
Then I don't care. I don't care! Hope you guys enjoyed my review of Rogue Legacy. Do you have a review of Rogue Legacy? Leave it in the comments below. Be sure to check out my review of Freedom Planet and Bunny Must Die because they're pretty good too. Click the Twitter or Facebook logos at the bottom to follow us there, or click the GigaBoots logo at the top to subscribe to us on YouTube and make us very, very happy. Normally this is where we would put a visual gag in the bumper, but I think I've put you guys through enough with this review. You can go now.